Welcome to Contributions of Rawls Theory of Justice. My name is Aw Shi Qin, matrix number 252838. When talk about the Rawls Theory of Justice, it's basically developed by John Rawls, an American political philosopher whose primary concern is the equal distribution of resources, and he viewed that the distribution shall be made according to a state of nature. He opined the idea of justice and fairness. This theory is in contrast to utilitarianism, which is a doctrine to create greater happiness of the majority by neglecting the right and interests of the minority. Besides, they also try to establish an umbrella version of social justice based on the social contract theory by include the justice and fairness under this theory. Under Rawls' theory of justice, it contains of original positions. It's an imaginary situation in which the citizens were represented by a representative who have been made ignorant of the background of who they are representing. It is called as a veil of ignorance. So under original positions, the veil of ignorance is basically the core of the Rawls' notions of justice and fairness, because by acting in this way, the representative will reduce their bias and self-interest and to give fair and equal treatment to everyone regardless of who they are because they don't know the background of who they are representing. Besides original positions, there are two principles of justice and fairness. First is principle of equal liberty, where every citizen should have the fundamental rights and liberties such as freedom of speech, freedom of associations, and these rights and liberties shall occur to all citizens equally. Second principle of equality, where Rawls view that social and economic inequality are to be arranged, so everyone with similar ability will be given a fair and equal opportunity to have the same educational and economic opportunity regardless of whether they are born rich or poor. So under principle of equality, there are another the distributions of income and wealth, where Rawls view that the opportunity to gain more wealth than others shall be equally available to all, and where the unequal distributions of wealth is justified only if such distributions benefits everyone. So this theory had contributed a lot to the society. For instance, it secured equal liberty for all the citizens and also equal distributions, which unlike to utilitarianism, restrict the liberty of the minority to work for the benefit of the majority. It actually formed a scenario where the rich will become richer and those who are already disadvantaged, their life will become worse. So by applying the theory of justice, a party in original positions will give equal liberty for their citizens by choosing justice and fairness and safeguard the standing and commitments of their citizens, even if their citizens turn out to be in a weak minority. Rawls' theory of justice has influenced many lawmakers and Supreme Court decisions in the United States, where the law has been amended to provide equal access and opportunity for minority and the disabled. For instance, after the amendment of the United States Constitution, there are equal opportunity to vote given to all the citizens regardless of their gender. There's another example under contributions of Rawls' theory of justice, where the women nowadays have been given the chance to hold the higher positions such as manager or even the president of the country. So Rawls had contributed to a theory that there's an opportunity to higher positions and higher wages equally available to all regardless of their gender. Besides, this theory further affirms the freedom and equality of each citizen by giving them a public basis of their self-respect. So the equality of liberty given to them have sufficient social space to enable them to persuade their reasonable conceptions of the good. After the sufficient social space have been given to all the citizens equally, so they will not tend to be envious or inferior regardless of their born poor or rich, because they will see how the economy works towards the reciprocal advantage of all. All the citizens therefore have an entitlement to enjoy the same regardless of their races, their gender, their religions, etc. So in my point of view, I do agree that Rawls' theory of justice had made a great contributions to the society because it's emphasizing on the importance of fairness, justice, and equality shall be given to all the citizens regardless of their backgrounds. His concept of fairness was to take care of every citizen. So if we look at the Supreme Law of Malaysia, which is Federal Constitutions, Part 2 of Federal Constitutions provide the fundamental liberties to all the citizens. For instance, Article 8 stated that all the persons are equal before the law, and therefore they are entitled to equal protection of the law. Besides, if we refer to Article 5, Clause 1 of Federal Constitutions, no person shall be deprived of his life or personal liberties save in accordance with the law. Any other law which inconsistent with Federal Constitution shall be void. So if we refer to the recent federal court case of Maria Chin Abdullah, she is the former chairman of Basel 2.0. The federal court ruled that the travel ban imposed on her was unlawful because Immigration Act does not empower the Director General and the Home to impose a travel ban on any citizens, because right to travel abroad is a fundamental right guaranteed to all persons under Article 5 Clause 1 of Federal Constitutions. Such restrictions has clearly breached her fundamental constitutional rights. So, the verdict delivered by Federal Court unrevocably shows that every citizen is equal before the law, and regardless of their background and which political they join, none of their rights could be deprived of without a valid reasons. So, this is very material to the Rawls theory of justice, where everyone should be given a fair and equal treatment regardless of who they are. Another example which well illustrated the theory of justice and linked with our daily life can be seen in public university, where all the citizens will be given a fair and equal opportunity to be enrolled in public university depends on their examination results. The school management will not enroll any students by looking at their background such as their races, religious, income of their parents, but only look at their examination grade before the enrollments. So we could describe the school management is placed in an original positions who had been made ignorant of the background of the students. So in conclusions, the theory of justice had contributed to the society which it requires all the citizens being treated equally without looking at the background by applying the veil of ignorance. So it is one of the greatest theories created for society which created the greatest happiness for all the citizens. Thank you.